day 3 of the Strong, Mobile, and Sexy series. Today is targeted obliques, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And as always, I have added the recommendations for the weights to use in the description down below, so make sure to check it out. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into our mobility warm-up. We're gonna go ahead and start off in our tabletop position today. And today we're gonna go ahead and start with bird dog. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure we have our weight evenly distributed between both of our palms and both of our knees. Again, shoulder distance for the palms, hip distance for the knees. From here, we're gonna go ahead and either keeping the opposite leg that is on the floor, the toes untucked or tucked. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and lift opposite hand, opposite leg. I'm starting with my right hand and then my left leg. We're gonna keep it nice and extended here. Option to bring your elbow and your knee bent into flexion and coming into the center here, exhaling to do a mini crunch situation and inhaling to bring it forward. Now, for those of us who do not want to take the crunch version, we're just going to go ahead and lift it up, hold for a second, tap down. Nice deep inhale at the bottom and then exhaling to lift. The main focus here, regardless of which variation you'd like to take today, we don't want to be focusing on moving the hips abruptly here. Even in the crunch, right, we shouldn't be right here where we're dynamically and aggressively coming into a crunch. But should be more, your hips obviously will move a little bit, but the idea here is to minimize that hip shifting here. They're really squeezing into the core, drawing that navel in towards the spine, making sure you have a flat back for the back, and making sure shoulder blades are engaged here as well. And imagine you're zipping up your inner thighs together in the center here so that you're really focusing on keeping all the tension in that midsection, that midpoint. Nice, looking good, y'all. We have last 4 more reps on this side and then we'll go ahead and switch sides. Nice. And let's take last one. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And let's go ahead and slowly now shift to the other side. If you need to do a little bit of a shimmy side to side, feel free to take it now. And let's go ahead and begin. Left hand, right leg, opposite hand, opposite leg, and either taking the crunch version or the tap and the lift version. Either way, it's gonna be quite challenging. You're gonna feel your abdominal muscles heating up. And although we're not really doing a arm workout today, we're still gonna be incorporating a lot of arms and a lot of plank variations. So we're prepping for that. Nice work, y'all. Looking good. And you might find that one side can be a little bit more wobbly than the other. I definitely feel like this side is a little bit more unstable for me, and no worries at all. We all have that one side. So if you do find yourself, as we switch between the sides today, you feel a little bit more wobbly than the other, just go ahead and reset, shimmy everything out, and then come right back into it. There's no shame in doing a reset. The main thing is to not continuously push yourself so that you do have bad form and you're continually doing this number, right? We don't want to be doing that. So we want to reset, make sure everything is nice and in alignment here, and then continue on. We want to make sure we prioritize form over a burnout sensation. We don't want to feel too burned out, especially in this warm-up. Nice, let's take last one here. Boom, and let's go ahead and slowly reset. Now we're gonna go ahead and come into, again, the same position. We're gonna go ahead and start with that same side that we started with. So I'm starting with my left foot back, and from here, we're gonna go ahead and do a twist. So we're gonna go ahead and lift all the way up. We take a nice inhalation at the top, really squeeze those shoulder blades at the top. And then here, you can either come into a full twist, all the way hovering that arm off the floor, or if you like to just do a simple tap here, inhale here, and then exhale again to reach all the way back up. So we can do either tap, half lift, half twist, or come into a really deep engagement for incorporating not only the obliques, but also the back. But again, your workout, your choice, both are valid variations. Just wanted to incorporate different levels for all level, since this workout is labeled as an all level workout. Nice, looking good, y'all. We have 4 more right here. Really taking it deeply here as we go through every single repetition here. And with that leg extended in the back, you should really start to feel the core engagement and the opposite hand really engaging everything here. Nice. And your obliques, of course, a little engagement through the transverse and the obliques today. Last one, breathing deeply. Nice. And let's go ahead and slowly now switch to the other side. So either your feet untucked or tucked, coming to the other side. And if you feel like you want to get a little bit deeper and you've been just doing the tall version, you can obviously switch to the deeper scoop version. But again, you get to decide. Nice. That's the power of follow along workouts with different levels. I get to tell you all the different variations and you get to choose which one you like to do. Nice. Looking good, y'all. And we'll take 4 more really good quality more repetitions right here. And I want you to, as you're going through this dynamic warm-up, really feeling the muscle groups that we're activating here. Visualize them working and stabilizing, all that good stuff. Nice. The mobility portion of this warm-up is so essential, so that before we lift, right, we're nice and bringing the blood flow in. We're bringing all the muscle groups into engagement, so that way it's warmed up before we come into our more intense exercises. Nice. Last one right here. Boom, and let's go ahead and slowly recover. All right, now we get to the fun stuff. We're coming back into either a tall plank or a low plank. I'm gonna show different variations here, but we're gonna start with the tall version. So we're gonna be right here. We're inhaling in a high plank position, and then on your exhalation, we're just gonna do a nice reach overhead. Instead of directly into a T, we're bringing it all the way up towards the top of your head. Hold for a second, and then twisting from the toes, we're coming back into that same side. So again, inhale here, reset, and then exhaling to come into a staggered stance for the feet, and then lifting that top arm overhead. Nice, just like that. Now, for those of us who wanna come less intense, especially if you have any wrist pain or sensitivity here, you wanna come into our low plank. So we're gonna be on our forearms here. It's gonna look exactly the same, just less on the wrist. So right here, inhale here, low plank, exhale to reach. Nice, so wherever you are, we're gonna get right into it. And again, if you feel like you're not huge into planks right now, no worries at all. You can always reset those knees, come into just a traditional plank, if you will, and just hold it here if you prefer. But for those of us who are continuing on, we just have 3 more repetitions right here. Again, just on that one side, and then we'll switch in just a few seconds. Nice, breathing deeply right here. Awesome work, y'all. And collectively, we have 1 more on the other, or 1 more on this side before the other side. Nice. And let's go ahead and slowly now switch to the other side. I'm gonna turn this way so that way I'm opening to you. Nice. All right. Few more reps left here. The good news is this is our last warm-up exercise, and then we're gonna get right into our lifting series. We are gonna be on the floor the whole time, so that's the good news. We're not gonna be doing standing. We did a lot of standing for the first 2, I feel like. Those are for day 1 if you've been following this series, so no worries though, we will be back to standing after this workout today. Nice, looking good. Awesome work, y'all. We just have last 3 reps. Keep breathing through it right here. Nice, digging deeply with every single breath, really coming nice and deeply into the full range of your movements. Prioritizing your muscle groups, safety, and breathing. Nice, looking good. Last one, right here. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and slowly recover. If you were in the high plank position and need a little bit of a wrist love, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a lotus position, roll it out, one direction and then the other. And we're gonna get right into our dumbbell. So today I have both my legs set and my heavier set, but It doesn't mean you have to use both. I'm just bringing them so that way y'all can choose which one you'd like to use. But for this one, obviously you can use the heavy one. I am grabbing my light one because it is already quite challenging. So for this first one, we're gonna, again, option here, either coming all the way onto our wrist for a full side plank position, or if you'd like to rest those wrists, we're coming into a side plank on our forearms. So from here, either way, we're gonna keep it in that nice side plank position to start. We're gonna go ahead, the bottom leg here, meaning my left side, so I'm on my left forearm here on the bottom, and my left leg is the one that's gonna move. We're gonna gently place that knee down onto the floor, and then we're just gonna lift. So this is our movement right here in the low plank version. And then the high plank, we're gonna be right here. It's gonna look exactly the same. The only dynamic difference is the wrist and how you engage your forearms here. Nice, looking good. If you haven't already, let's go ahead and begin. And the whole time here, I'm holding my dumbbell up towards the sky and making sure that as we get tired, we don't let that dumbbell pull us like this, or you don't drop it down, or obviously do not also bring it back behind you, right? Keep it nice and lifted and straight up, right? Do not lose it. And as we get tired, you're gonna wanna move it. So please, please, please stabilize through that top shoulder and really feeling that bottom side of the oblique working as we're stabilizing here. Now, for some reason, does not feel right, or you're starting to feel tired to a point where you might hurt yourself, right? We don't wanna do that. You can just let go of the dumbbell, just bring your hands by your sides right here if you need. Nice, let's do last 2 reps right here. Awesome, looking good, y'all. And let's go ahead and slowly now switch to the other side, either with your dumbbell or without. We're doing the other side. Nice, all right. Awesome, let's go ahead and begin if you haven't already. Nice, so this is one of the most challenging exercises for today's workout. So I made sure we put it in the very beginning so that we don't put this at the very end so you're not like huffing and puffing. We want to, again, prioritize our form here. So I want to make sure everyone can have a great chance at doing this and succeeding in this exercise to their maximum potential by putting it in the very beginning so that we don't do it at the very end where we're all super, super tired already. Nice. Looking good, y'all. We have last 3 reps. Keep breathing through it. Checking in with that top arm. If you have that dumbbell, keep it nice and strong and lift it right here. Last one. Breathing through it right here. And let's go ahead and slowly recover. Great work. All right, now we get to take a quick little pause and we get to come out of our wrists. And we're gonna go ahead and come into a lying position, our favorites, right? Awesome. It's not to say it's gonna get easier. It's not gonna get easier, trust me. It's gonna feel more activated here. So on the floor, I forgot that I have a claw clips. I gotta move it up. But we're gonna go ahead and on the floor exercise, if you have not been here, but if you have been here, you already know the drill. Making sure your low back is pinned to the floor. No low back gap, right? Shimmy your low back to the floor. Imagine you have $1 million bills. Even better in this economy, 3 million. Keep it under your tummy right here, or your back. From here, either grabbing 2 lighter set of dumbbells or 1 heavy medium set. I'm gonna show first with the light. So we're gonna go ahead and start right here. If you have the 2 light, we're gonna keep both in the center right here. Bringing your knees into flexion with your toes squeezing your $1 million bill in between your thighs as well and behind your back. We're gonna be right here. So simultaneously, we're gonna lift the shoulder blades off the floor and we're gonna go ahead and bring the dumbbells to one side, kind of like when we do a Russian twist, if you will. Twist to one side. Inhale here, reset, and then exhaling to reach to the other side. So again, we are isolating into our obliques now and stabilizing through our shoulders as we're lifting the shoulder blades off the floor and lifting with our dumbbells. Now for those, my friends, who want to take it up a notch, we're gonna hold it in this direction and slice. Imagine you're like slicing open, I don't know, your favorite drink or your favorite fruit. I don't even know. Sometimes they say things that don't even make sense because this is already a hard exercise and my brain can barely think right now, but this is how it's gonna look. And it's okay if you have the 1 dumbbell that the side, as you move side to side, the back does kind of lift a little bit. The side of the back can lift, the main thing here is the low back should be on the floor. Nice. Looking good. We're gonna finish up with 3 more right here. Really taking your time, breathing through it here, whichever variation you are in. It's still gonna be very, very challenging right here. Last one on each direction. Really feeling the heat in your obliques by now. And let's go ahead and slowly drop the dumbbells down. Take a recovery. Hold your hands and your knees in the center. You can even go side to side, gentle massage for your back, or just hold it in place for just a second. Nice deep inhale and exhale here. And we're gonna get right into the second one. So the second one, we're gonna go ahead and lightly tap your fingertips behind your head. And this one, we won't need a dumbbell. We're gonna go ahead and lift your head gently off the floor here. And we're gonna go ahead and come into our side abdominal work. So it's gonna look like a bicycle, but we're not gonna be doing a straight bicycle. So we're gonna go ahead and take your left knee into flexion. Now, at the same time, my right elbow is coming up towards my left knee. Again, you don't have to forcefully, right? Because when you force that movement to bring your elbow all the way up, you might do a little number where your head starts to come forward. You wanna minimize that, right? So if it doesn't come already in this position, which mine doesn't either, so no worries. If you're super flexible, you might touch it without yanking your head forward, but it's no problem here. Hold it for a second, and then we're gonna go ahead and meet the opposite knee back into the other side. Again, we're only working that one side, so this is the opposite hand is, the opposite leg is gonna be the one that's working the whole time. So we're only on that one side, but it's gonna look a little like this, a little bit faster. So we're gonna bring your elbow towards that knee, bring it back into center to reset. Notice that my right shoulder blade is off the floor the whole time, even in the reset, not all the way down here, but in a hover. So that way you're still engaging your oblique muscles and your abdominal line without bringing your shoulder blades all the way back down to the floor. So it's still hovering off the floor the whole time. Nice work, y'all. We are almost done here. Keep breathing through it, checking in with your low back, making sure that low back is pinned to the floor right here the whole time. Nice work, y'all. We have last 3 reps on this side. Nice. 2, breathing, inhale, hover, exhale, coming into that side, and we're gonna go ahead, reset into the center for just a second, and switch sides. Let's get right into it. So again, now we're moving the left leg into extension and then back into reset. Hover the shoulder blade off the floor. Nice. Looking good, y'all. Do you feel it yet? It should feel so, so nice. And again, if you need to reset at any time, you can always reset in the center, right here, and then come right back into it. But again, a reminder to listen to your body here, but also push yourself to a point where you're still challenging yourself, right? We only have a few minutes in this exercise and the workout today, so really giving it your best rep ranges and your effort right here. Nice. Looking good. We have last one right here. Breathing through it. Nice. And let's go ahead and bring your knees back into reverse tabletop on the floor, and we're gonna hit bicycles. Yes. Let's go ahead and begin. Opposite knee and opposite arm, elbow tries to reach, and then back into center. Opposite side, reach, back into center. And once you get the motion down, see if you can pick up the pace a little bit faster. No need to rush through it, right? But taking it a little bit faster, but controlled speed. Nice. And reminder to not yank on the head, right? The motion comes from our abdominal line muscles. So imagine someone has strings on your belly and they're trying to pull that string rather than going head first like this, right? Imagine you're pulling up from your tummy, if that makes any sense at all. Nice, looking good. So imagine your head and the neck is not moving, right? Just nice and stable. The tummy is where it's moving. Nice. Looking good, y'all. We have last one on each side. Breathing deeply here. We're almost done. And let's go ahead and slowly recover. Awesome work. Now, before we get too comfortable on the floor, let's go ahead and come off the floor. Maybe fix your hair for a second if you have hair like me. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and just take one dumbbell with us, and we're gonna go ahead and come back into a staggered position for your low plank position. So we're gonna be in this number here on the floor. Now from here, we're gonna go ahead and place that dumbbell in between your hands of the staggered position so it's nice and accessible. Now, when we go ahead and rotate to our side plank again, we're gonna lift that top arm up, hold for a second, and then place it back down now, and then we're gonna switch the other side. Place that arm back to the floor, grab it with the other side arm, lift, squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your side plank, nice and lifted for the obliques, and then bring it back down and keep alternating sides here. Now, again, for my friends who are already tired and maybe not 100% for this one, no worries at all. We have this variation. So coming onto your knees, your toes can either be on the floor or lifted here. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. Rotate through the knees. Now we're in a bent knee position. Lift, hold for a second, bring it down, and then alternate the sides. So wherever you are, no excuses right here. Do not quit on me. We're almost done, okay? Breathing through it, wherever you are, knees down or knees up. Keep going, y'all. Do not quit on me yet. We're almost done. We're really at the finish line right here. Nice. Looking good, y'all. Breathing through it, and with every side plank. See if you can give me a beautiful smile with every single rep. I like to say, as we get tired, I throw in some smiles to mask the fact that I'm struggling. That's really how I get through my workouts. Sometimes a lot of people on social media think I'm a little bit of a crazy person smiling through my exercises, but that's really the only way how I can get through them. By clenching my teeth together. Nice, looking good. But also, it's a reminder that you can't take yourself seriously, you know? You gotta enjoy life. You gotta enjoy your exercises and your workout. Just think, so many people would die to be here right now, right? But some people don't choose to. So just be happy, right? That you get to be here for yourself, because it's good to be selfish. It's good to prioritize you and your health. Nice, and movement, of course. Awesome work, y'all. We have one last one on each side right here. Do not quit on me yet. Really breathing through it. Visualize those muscles working right here. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and slowly recover. Awesome work, y'all. All right. Have you had any sweaty glow yet? Nice. All right. We're finished for today. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. If you are wanting to hop off now, feel free to hop off now. But for my friends who are here for our cool down, let's go ahead and come into a beautiful stretch sequence. So we're gonna go ahead either on your knees, or you can even do this standing. And we're gonna go ahead and turn to one side, bending that top arm. Doesn't matter which side, just come into your side right here. Just relaxing the head and the neck, just really melting your whole side. We did a lot of work for stability in our lat muscles, for our plank position, and of course our obliques here. It's really just taking your time, breathing through everything here. Nice. And again, holding for a minimum of 30 seconds per stretch, upwards towards 90 seconds. We will not do because of time of this workout and video, but if you do have some extra time and want to do some stretches, you can always take it up towards 90 seconds. And let's go ahead and slowly now switch to the opposite side, really melting your body on this other side. Should feel so, so nice. We did a lot of work for our core, our obliques, our lat stability. So really just taking your time to really thank your body today for all of its hard work. Even though this workout and this series is not the longest exercise routine that you might do in your life, I hope that they're effectively working the muscle groups that we are targeting, and you're able to learn something from this video. That's my hope for this series, to allow your body to move efficiently and healthily, if that's a word, prioritizing mobility, essentially. Now the next one, let's go ahead and slowly interlace your hands behind your back here and then really open through the front line of the body. Now you can even lift that arm, interlace above or away from your low back and lifting a little bit higher here. You can even take the version where you can go ahead and forward fold. If you're standing, it'll look very, very similar, just in your legs extended and just relaxing through the back, everything here in the arms. Should feel like a really, really good stretch and release now for not only the chest, the front line, the abdominals, but also in the arms and the back here. Beautiful. Nice deep inhale through the nose and deep exhalation out through the mouth here. Beautiful work, everyone. Nice. And let's go ahead and slowly now take your arms away from the back, and we're gonna go ahead and now twist. So you can either take this again in our kneeling position or standing position if you like to take it a little bit deeper, placing, if you're on the floor, placing your back hand onto the floor and releasing through the sidelines here. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. And if you are in a standing or a seated position, it'll look very, very similar, except you'll be right here. My head is a little chopped off, but nice. Even if you have something behind you, like a wall, you can always use that wall to kind of get a little bit deeper, kind of rely on that wall to sink your arm a little bit deeper into that wall if you don't have access to the floor, if you're not on the floor. Nice. Looking good, y'all. And let's go ahead and slowly now switch to the other side. You might notice one side can be a little bit tighter, and if you do find yourself noticing any differences between the sides, see if you can bring a little bit more space, a little bit more breath work into that area, and see if you can get a little bit deeper. See if you can open through that back shoulder a little bit more, and see if you can twist a little bit more. Even if it doesn't go as far, breathing into those areas of potential tension or places that might seem a little sticky, like you stop a little bit and you're like, a little bit more space here. So breathing through it, not forcing anything, but just allowing your body to use the breath to guide your body into those sensitive areas, those tension spots that you might potentially feel as we're doing these stretches today. Beautiful work, everyone. Last few cycles of breath here. And let's go ahead and slowly unwind from our twists, and let's go ahead and collectively bring your hands back up and into heart center. Thank you so, so much for showing up for you today. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all have been following along in the series, I will see y'all for day 4. Have a great day, y'all.